Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making a first-person game in Fortnite. Now this is only possible with the first-person device in Creative, which I was really excited when it came out. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and if there's anything that you want me to add into the game or anything you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. Alright, enjoy the video. So I had to think of what kind of game I wanted to make, whether it be a multiplayer map or a solo game, whatever it was. I had to decide what it was. So I decided to make a prisoner game where you have to escape from your cell and basically go through a bunch of rooms, kill some enemies, and eventually escape without sending off the alarm or whatever. So that's what I decided to do. So the first thing I did was place down the first-person device and started looking at some different weapons I could use for my game. The flashlight pistol and the combat pistol weren't good because they didn't have an animation for reloading, but I eventually found a weapon that did have a reload animation. Then I worked on a little bit more on the camera. Then I started trying to find all the weapons that had a reload animation. Then I got a gallery and started looking for walls, floors, and ceilings for the prisoner cell. I didn't have a door for the cell, so I eventually just went up to the military gallery and picked up one of the automatic doors. We're gonna hold this. Then I continued to build out the cell and also the hallway that was connected to it. And maybe after 15 minutes of work, this is what I got. At this point, I needed to start placing props inside my cell in order to not make it look dull and non-decorated. So the first thing I put down was a bed, obviously, because how is your man gonna sleep? Then I placed down a toilet, sink, and even a mirror, for goodness sake. Because you need a mirror in order to wake up in the morning. And I also placed a TV on top of the door, and I thought about placing cards, but I ended up just placing a shower. And after this is what I got. I mean, it looks pretty empty, but I don't know what else to add. As you can see, I'm not really the best at decorating inside of the cells or anything for that matter. But this is just all I had for now, and I would probably need later to figure out how to decorate places more. And as I was doing this, I was figuring out the mechanism to eventually escape the prisoner cell. There was two ways that I thought you could do it. One was to flood the entire room and eventually go through it. So I started working on that mechanism first before I started on the second mechanism. But before I did that, I continued to expand the cell and also the hallway a little bit more. I realized that just a flat hallway wasn't going to be enough, so I decided to elevate the entire thing up by one tile or up by one square. It was a little bit harder than I expected because this probably took me close to 15 to 20 minutes, as I not only needed to get a stairs, which was already a pain, and for some reason I didn't do the copy and paste thing where you press a button and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it took me 10 minutes to do it. That took way longer than I wanted, but that's fine. That took maybe 10 minutes just to put down some stairs. Okay. After that, I started working on the water mechanism where you flooded the entire room. And this took, again, longer than I expected because I wanted the shower, you turned it on, and the water gradually rised up. And there were multiple times whether the water was too fast to rise up or it took a whole minute just to rise up. And also I added a VFX spawner to show that there was actual water coming down from the shower, and it's not just like there was like some kind of like ghost water. So yeah, I added that, and I fixed up the water, and this is what I got. Testing something. I had finally gotten that mechanism working right before I had to go to bed. So then I added a lock device so nobody could just walk straight through, and made it so after you turn the water filled up, you were able to go through. So if you try to walk up to it, you can't go through. And now, turn the shower on. Finally, I could start working on the mechanism that was a bit more fun, but also a little bit harder to create and do. So I started placing down the button, which would actually interact with the device and mess with the settings. Then I put down the device and started messing with the settings, like putting in the header text and the description text to help guide the person how to do the puzzle. Then I tried figuring out what kind of interaction device I wanted to do. Oh my gosh, let's go. I ended up choosing that one over the rectangle one because it was just overall easier. And then I ended up just doing the finishing touches because there were some things that were kind of messed up with the device, and also made it that when you try to do one mechanism after you did another, you couldn't because it just wouldn't work. I also placed down some ambience because I thought it would be good to have some ambience inside the game, because I knew it would have some sort of feeling towards the player and help the game feel more like you're actually there. I had finished the prison cell. The next thing I did was start to add the weapons to the game that you could use. I thought about using the moddable cases where like you're able to just like interact with it and it pops up and it's all modded, but I realized that it was random, so you could get a Thunderburst SMG for one time, but then the next time you get it, it will be a Hyper SMG or another different weapon that won't have the reload animation. So I decided to just put weapons onto a table. There we go. To hold them gun. Oh, this is like the perfect. Then I placed down an item placer and started messing with the settings. Then I chose the 3 starter weapons, which were the Ranger Pistol, the Hammer Pump Shotgun, and the Nemesis AR. I placed the weapons inside the item placer and started placing down the weapons onto the table. Boom! Did it! Then I made it so when you picked up a weapon, you couldn't pick up the other ones, just so it was fair and easy, and this is what I got. Choose from one of these devices. Take Ranger Pistol, take Hammer Pump Shotgun, and take Nemesis AR. I'm gonna take the Nemesis AR, and it should, yep. This is the only weapon that we can use now. The first part of the game was finished. I got the beginning weapons and the prison cell. Now I needed to continue to build out the rest of the game. So I continued to do that. I built out a separate hallway, and which led to a room, which I added a guard. I messed with the guard settings to make sure that it was just by himself and that he followed a path. It was kind of hard for me to try to find the cosmetic because I couldn't find a good one, but eventually I found one that I really liked. Oh yeah, bravo. Oh, bravo. Later. It's still good enough. I continue to build out the rest of the room, and then I finished this setting up the guard's setting. But I needed a good weapon for him, so I started looking at the weapon catalog, and then I eventually figured out something that was really cool. Let's see here. Let's do guard. Let's see all the guard weapons. They can use the Everchrome. Oh, yo. This actually might be awesome. If they... Okay, first off, that's awesome that they can use this. Dude, they can use those kinds of weapons? Then I started placing down the nodes that would help the guard figure out where to walk or patrol. I had finished up placing all of the travel nodes, and I started the game, and this is what I got. Is he? Oh, he's outside the map. I personally thought the walls would actually stop the guard from, well, mantling over it, but apparently that didn't stop it. So after this, I ended up placing a roof over the entire arena so he didn't escape again. He like stops. At around this moment, I realized what was wrong, and I quickly fixed it. Okay, so you can one-shot those guys. Make his, oh gosh. You need to make his, enable patrol spawn on patrol growth path 1. There we go. Yeah, look at it. Look at him. He's taking the path now. He's like walking around. I need to turn off that setting. Look at him! That's so cool. And then it's like once, I think it's like if you walk around. Oh, now he sees you. At this point, I finished most of the things that I would be adding to the game, for now at least. And then I started working on adding the decorations for the area that you fight your first enemy in. I tried seeing if you could rotate the medallion with like the prop manipulator or the prop mover, but it just didn't really work. So instead I added an effect into the kind of fireplace thing, and it ended up being really cool. Then I started working on a little bit more what happens after you escape the prison cell. I added a metal fence that was indestructible through gunshots, and you had to figure out a way to get past it. I decided to do a vent system because I always wanted to make one of those kind of vent systems in one of my games, but it was always really hard for me to make it. And it was actually really easy for me to make this vent system. Maybe it was just because of the grid or just being on the computer. It was just way easier than playing on controller. After I finished, I eventually tested out the vent system, and it was better than I expected. Go this way. Yeah, this is definitely interesting. Yeah, this is so good. Of course, I'll take out the mini-map. I completed the first part of my first-person game in Fortnite. It was a fun challenge for me. It was the first time playing computer for me, and I also made this entire video with my left hand. I did all of the making, all of this without my right hand. It was really hard to make, but I managed to pursue and make it. Well, that doesn't really matter right now, but yeah. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe video, and if there's anything I should add to the game, maybe like a new boss, a new room, whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you guys all later.